Thank you so much, Mireya, for joining us this morning. Can you tell everyone your full name and how do you help clients?
Thank you first and foremost, Mako. I really appreciate the invitation. It's an honor to be here. My name is Mireya Perez, and I am a language professional in the K through 12 public education area. And what I help with is just interpreters that want to create a personal brand. A lot of us language professionals work a lot behind the scenes, and we know we tend to, that's the nature of the work, is to be behind the scenes because we are the voice, right, of someone else, whether that's in the verbal oral sense or in the written sense. For language professionals, a lot of the literature or written material that we see out there, we don't know necessarily that there was a translator involved so that we can be reading a different language. So I do work a lot with language professionals in creating their personal brand, to brand them. I have a podcast entitled Brand the Interpreter for that specific reason, because I'm super interested in the personal brand for language professionals.
Excellent. Now, what do you love most about Clubhouse?
Oh my gosh, that topic. Clubhouse is amazing. Clubhouse is just an area where we can connect with other like-minded individuals and actually have a very organic conversation and be able to share ideas. It's very non-judgmental. I hope that I don't have to encounter anything like that, but I know that in every experience that I've had, it's people that are really interested in helping you grow. And just it's a way of connecting with others with topics that are of interest to you. And there's no imagery behind it. So it's all just voice. So you're super hyper concentrated on the stuff that is being talked about and shared. And you just have the ability to connect with others about a topic that interests you. And I think that's really what I love about Clubhouse, is just those connections that are very unique to Clubhouse.
So true. I totally agree. Now, I know that Clubhouse can be a little addicting. So, how many hours do you spend on Clubhouse?
I don't know if a little addicting would be the right thing to say. Clubhouse is super addicting. The conversations and the people are very addicting. So when I first started, it was like I was trying to do everything around Clubhouse because I did not want to miss that conversation or that topic or that room. And so in the beginning, it was very much of me trying to, just jump into everything that I could. I mean, I don't know if you need to bleep this out, but it was like on crack. I felt like I need my Clubhouse. I need my Clubhouse. Especially on the weekends. Now I feel that I know which topics specifically I want to make sure that I'm a part of. And so I've been able to put it on the calendar and schedule around it. But absolutely in the beginning, it's just like you're a kid in the candy store and you want a little bit of everything.
Very true. Now, you spoke earlier about connections. What cool connections have you made on the platform?
This one, to begin with, I in one of the conversations that we had with regards to podcasting, we do talk about how to connect with other podcasters, and being a part of other podcasts is a great opportunity, and that is not something that was in my radar. And immediately, having that connection with you and being invited as a guest, it just makes you feel like you are part of a bigger part, and that just it makes a world of a difference. Because if you work in silo, like I'd mentioned earlier, particularly for our job industry, it's something that's so common, and you don't necessarily think outside of that. You're constantly thinking are working rather behind the scenes. So connections with other podcasters has been incredible, just valuable resources that's being given. And it just makes you feel, like I said, like you're a part of something bigger. And then just other like-minded individuals, I've got reached out by certain clubs that, are interested in specific topics that they want you to come in and talk about, where outside of the Clubhouse realm, you're just this little small speck, amidst this just ginormous universe that not necessarily, you don't necessarily get someone that reaches out and say, hey, I'm interested in you talking about this particular subject. Whereas to Clubhouse allows you the opportunity to be seen and be heard, and people connect with you directly.
Exactly. And I think that's something we all miss, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah.
How have you generated leads for your business by being on Clubhouse?
Like I mentioned earlier, the Clubhouse exposure and that intimate conversation, meaning, you're in a smaller group, but the dynamic of the conversation. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're connecting with the same profession, right? Or the same professionals. It's the same topic of conversation that's of interest. So you've got people from all kinds of different areas or different professionalizations that are coming into the conversation with their unique perspectives. And so just being able to have them read your bios, it's like, I don't know, it's maybe like LinkedIn Live, I guess we could call it that, because it is there are the topics on Clubhouse, but it just really depends on what your interests are. So for me personally, it's a professional connection. People can read your bio and say, yeah, I connect with her message, and I'm going to connect with her directly. And the fact that they can do that, just this morning, for instance, I connected with someone from Clubhouse that was asking for me to come in, talk about something, a specific subject, which is podcasting. And she was able to connect with me directly and just say, can we jump onto a call on Clubhouse? And it's like this private room where you can talk to someone. And that instant connection, I think, is what makes a difference with being able to make other connections for your business that you don't typically have in these other, you have the DMs, right? Like you've got messages that they can connect with you, but it's a little bit, I don't know, there's something different about it that it just makes it more personable.
I definitely agree. Now, for new people that are coming onto the platform, what is number one tip that you can give them to be successful in using Clubhouse?
Be prepared. Kind of the invitations that I've sent out, I send a disclaimer, right? And the disclaimer is you might get addicted. So I have no responsibility after that. So just be prepared to really enjoy the conversations. You can go in and just listen as an audience member, but the beauty is that you can also immediately, the moment something inspires you, you can raise your hand and the host will bring you up to the stage, the virtual stage, to pose your question. So think of it like when you go to a conference, and you're raising your hand, or it's not even the opportunity to raise your hand, but there's like a pressing question that you have for the guest speaker and you just don't get to ask it. At Clubhouse, you get to ask it and you get the response immediately. So I would say just, be prepared, number one, to get addicted to it. I would say if you're going to join on a weekend when you have nothing going on, just so that you can get yourself warmed up, and then just be ready to enjoy a very unique experience.
Awesome. So Mireya, if someone wanted to book you on their podcast or get in touch with you, where can they find you online?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Because of the podcast, I am actually on several different platforms, but I'm most active on LinkedIn. You can find me under Mireya Perez on LinkedIn, or visit my website and connect with me. And I'm at www.brandtheinterpreter.com, or Clubhouse if you're on Clubhouse.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and we will see you on Clubhouse.
Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.